Welcome back, ladies, to another video that is going to change your life. Let's get a little bit comfortable today, ladies, okay? Because today we're talking about switching from the masculine energy that you feel like you operate in to feminine energy. Lots of you feel as if you are stuck here, and what I want to do today is to give you advice, ladies. Not just tips, but advice. Life-changing advice that's going to allow for you to rest in your feminine. So let's get right to it. If you're interested, keep watching. Let's go. Okay, ladies, we're going to start with a controversial take, okay? And it might ruffle some feathers, but I'm here to change lives, so feathers might need to be ruffled. Ladies, if you desire love, okay, you want a man who has a healthy masculine influence in his life. This doesn't have to be fathers, right? It can be coaches, it can be mentors, it can be slightly older men, because a man without a healthy masculine influence in his life will expect masculinity from you. You want to, ladies, observe the relationship that he has with his mother, okay, intently. You also want to evaluate his mother's life. If his mother has lived a life of struggle in survival mode for the majority of her life, and he has not done the work to resolve the feelings that he has there, his threshold for pain for you will be altered. Meaning that if those issues are unresolved, he will feel no way about making your life hard. Ladies, I make these videos, okay, because I know how much of an impact your partner can have on your life. And you see it, the influx of women who are deciding to denounce relationships, okay? Because the influence that a partner can have on your life is incredible. You can engage in my videos about becoming mentally strong or self-mastery or diving deep into your feminine energy. But if you go home, right, and some of you in the physical sense, and some of you, like, home is your partner, right? So if you go home to a person who reduces that and reduces you, none of it matters. And so that's why I say, ladies, choose wisely. We are not dealing with men who require you to chase because you attract. You are not dealing with men who do not have a vision because he will not have a plan with you. We are not dealing with selfish men because when you show that you're imperfect, they will leave. We are not dealing with men who are not walking closer to healthy healing. Notice I said healing, not healed, because I don't believe that exists, right? But if he is not attempting to make himself better, he will shatter you. It's the reality. And so, ladies, you walk closer to femininity when you evaluate the masculine energy around you. Okay, ladies, you step in to your divine feminine energy when you be instead of do, okay? Feminine energy is being, masculine energy is doing. And many of you are stuck in the doing. And to be honest, we need a bit of both, especially if your life requires it. Like for me, for example, you guys know I'm a co-parent. I need a bit of both. And life is demanding, so we require some control. Control what you can and abandon what you can't. Trust that it will all work out, because it will. Okay, some of you are stuck in the path of overthinking about the past, overthinking about the future, about yesterday, about tomorrow. When you become anxious and when you overthink, you're taking a moment to be present. It's truly the art of noticing. right? You're noticing what's around you. You're taking in nature. You're practicing meditation. You ladies know I do meditation, and you can join in those practices, but it's all about being present and rooted in the moment. And the thing is, ladies, when you become present, you're less judgmental, okay, of others and yourself. You're more rooted in self-love. Let's talk about self-love. Self-love, okay, is not a feeling. It's a series of actions. Many of us are chasing that feeling of self-love, chasing, right? Masculine energy. You arrive at that place of self-love, ladies, when you commit to what you do. It's when you wake up earlier to give yourself a soft, slow morning, when you eliminate the rushing energy that makes you anxious, when you make smart choices that make sense and benefit your vision. These are actions of self-love. Pouring into yourself, ladies, with these actions is self-love. There are emotions that come from it, like fulfillment, joy, happiness, but they are feelings and they're emotions. But the act of self-love is an act. Many of you are stuck sinking into masculine energy because you're not acting. The actions, ladies, are in the everyday. It's taking the time for yourself. It's organizing yourself. That's what I want you to think about, ladies. How can I optimize, organize, and prioritize my time for me? Right, ladies, you need to ask for help, okay? Now, this is something I'm currently working on. I am chronically used to doing everything myself. And I'll tell you something, guys, because I spoke about this in my podcast. Sometimes I just record random podcast episodes, and one of them was about cultivating feminine energy as a mother. And I spoke about how I've been advocating for myself recently. 60% of the time, I'm a primary parent. 2-3 months ago, that was 80-20. I was doing 80%, sometimes 85, maybe even 90% of the primary co-parenting. And I wouldn't have got that if I didn't ask for it. Now, I'm still advocating for 50-50. It has taken me a lot to get to this place where I'm like, actually, I shouldn't be doing all of what I'm doing, even though I'm a mother, right? I spoke about this in the podcast, which was that if you're a podcast listener, you've already heard this, right? But what I was questioning, and what is so important to question as a woman, ladies, is how much of what I'm doing is me and my self-expression versus what society has in mind for women. A big question that you have to ask yourself. The reality is a lot of men can do but don't. Okay, so I encourage you to ask for help in order to receive. Think about that. How can I advocate for myself today? I hear this a lot from, particularly, which is interesting, single married mothers saying, I don't have time. That doesn't make sense to me. You have to speak up. We are modern women, ladies, and as the landscape changes, I find energy changing, and sometimes, in some cases, energy reversing. It's so important to stay in the energy that's innately yours. This doesn't mean that we don't lean into the masculine. Having a nice balance of masculinity is important as well. But do not forget your innate ability to be soft, right? To nurture, to be sensual, to just be. Do not forget that. And I'll do more videos about this because lots of you do have questions about femininity and embracing sensuality, etc. So I'll get into it. I really hope that you can take some of what you've learned today, ladies, and exercise it in your life because you deserve it. Ladies, have a blessed week. Thank you so much for the support, and I'll see you next week. Bye.